Years ago when I was a kid, I worked at Colonial Williamsburg. For us to be historically accurate at that time, we ought to have some tin cups. We bought some of them, and I paid $10 for this cup. And then when I left there, I carried it with me. And all the time that I went to different enactments or shoots or black powder events, I had that cup with me, and I always wanted to know how it was made, and I never found anybody who could make it. I went over to visit some friends who were doing Lewis and Clark reenactment. And there was a tinsmith there. And I zeroed in on the shiny objects, went right over and said, "This is really great stuff." And he says, "Thank you very much." And I said, "You made this?" And he said, "Yes, I did." I said, "Mister, I've been waiting 20 years to meet you." He gave me just enough information to get me started in how to put things together with tin plate. First thing I tried to do was reproduce that cup. I made a dozen of them, and 6 of them didn't leak. And I sold 5 of them, and then that was what got started. It's a challenge because you get to do layout and design. You get to study original pieces or come up with ideas of your own or create ideas of your own. It's fascinating work. If you do something and you really have a passion for it, you just kind of keep working at it regardless of whether or not you get paid for it or not. If it works out that other people like what it is that you're making, then you wind up selling it. I sell my product to historical reenactors, or I sell them to museums, or I sell them to historical interpretive programs, or people who are involved in history or would like old stuff. Fort Atkinson provides an opportunity to be able to talk about the history and the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and one of the precipitators for that is tin plate. You can take asparagus and put it in a tin can, you can seal it, and you can carry it for months or a year at a time, which was something that was impossible to be able to do before. This changes the way we store our food. And that gives us an opportunity to travel to places and go places that we have never been before. When it comes to how we eat, tin plate changes that. You now have a way to eat and drink out of something that's relatively inexpensive. And people can now have a cup and keep that cup for years. I jokingly call it the Tupperware of its time, because literally thousands of different things are made out of it, and you can easily look at objects which are made out of our plastic today, and they could be made out of tin plate. And it's very durable. It has many redeeming features to it. Tin plate can be bent and shaped and formed and placed into configurations which are extremely useful. The commodities and products that we have today are far better, far superior to tin plate. But on the other hand, tin plate has a characteristic, a feel to it that's nice, and we still use thin sheet metal for a lot of different products, but I don't know if it would ever come back in full strength. Yeah, it would be great to have it replace some of the plastic that's out there. I think it would be wonderful. Tin plate is pass-fail. The challenge in tin plate is learning how to put things together correctly the first time. And if you can do it the first time, then to repeat that process over and over and over again by rote. And once you understand the fundamentals of how things go together, then you're only limited by imagination as to what you can build. I don't know if there's a single object that I have that I make that I can't say that it's like stamping out donuts. Every one of them is unique, and every piece is a challenge, and every piece has its own little characteristics to it. And that object is to build the next one better. Passion. You have to have passion. And if you don't have passion, then you will not take the next step. With any art or any other form of your life, it's passion. Without it, you cannot go anywhere. You can't do anything. I mean, it's the same with me. I mean, I wandered for 20 years wanting to know how to build a cup until I bumped into the right person at the right time who gave me just enough information to set my passion free